So we kicking it off
Get
with
into
rap
it.
shit. Hoping you get this one. Let's see.
Okay.
You a bad girl, and your friend's bad too. Ooh, we got swag sauce. She dripping. Swagoo. You a bad girl, and your friend's bad too. Ooh, we got the swag sauce. She dripping swagoo. You know
I may be young, but I'm ready. Come on, you can't pull a Beyonce over on me. Okay,
Fair enough.
come on. What's the name of that song though?
But that's the
okay. So
that's
it's
the game.
Beyonce featuring Andre 3000 or J Cole, depending on which one,
Mhm.
which version you're listening to.
Okay. The name is pretty easy, actually. Do you know the album?
Yes, it's Beyonce's Chill. It's her, not her Sasha. It's the one where Who Run the World, Girls. Is that album.
Okay.
And I can't remember the name of the album.
So you want me to tell you?
Yeah.
So okay. So it's a self-titled album.
Okay, it's one of the self-titled.
Yeah.
And the song.
The song is "Party," featuring.
We like to party.
Yes.
Hey, hey. Yeah.
I think that's
love that
Kanye
song.
saying the beginning of that song.
Yeah. You a bad girl and your friend bad too. Ooh,
Hey.
she got the swag, so she dripping swag.
swag.
Ooh, ooh, yeah. That's definitely Kanye West.
And Andre's verse on there, crazy. But
Stupidness.
yeah, man.
Bare foolishness. I love that one.
Yep.
What made you pick it? What made you pick that one?
Well, I wanted something a little easy.
Okay.
Or medium level.
Yeah.
That I thought you would, because since we're not doing cadence.
Right.
So
right.
Easy things are.
Because last week was tough.
Last week was tough for me.
Yeah.
So I was interested to see if he's gonna get
game,
it. Plus, it's not
babe.
Beyonce's part. So I was like,
right, exactly.
Maybe it'd be a little tougher.
As long as it's a rapping part, it could be on an R&B song for sure.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, fire! I love that. Okay, y'all. Well, welcome back.
What's happening?
Okay.
What's
we
good?
in here. Episode 2.
Made it.
All right.
Sort of.
God willing, we here, and we're gonna keep coming back.
Yeah.
I'm happy to see you guys again.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome back, friends. Okay. To the One Thing for Certain podcast, where myself, Alia King, and my husband,
Kara King.
You know, we talk about all the things that married couples like to talk about, okay? Which is just about everything. Any and everything that we feel like talking about. So if you're into that, if you're into some good old-fashioned chit-chat with your favorite married friends.
It's really big chit-chat. We just chit-chatting.
We just chit-chatting.
We've
been doing this for a while. We've been chit-chatting for a while. So we say, you know what? Let's chit-chat on camera. All right? Let's see if we can make some profit off these conversations because we talk.
That's funny.
We really do. We want to talk to you. Okay? So if it's your first time here, welcome. If it's your second time here, thank you for coming back. All right? Make sure before y'all do anything else, click that subscribe button. Okay? Get the notification bell. All of that so you can come back and see us.
Comment, subscribe.
All those things. We want to engage with you.
Absolutely.
Okay? Come back and see us. Listen, we into it. And just like that, we're going to jump into my current obsession.
Okay. You want to go first?
Yeah. Because I got to get it off my chest. Yeah. Because I got to get it off my chest. My current obsession, and for those of you who do not know what that is, this is a segment where we talk about things that are living rent-free in our head.
Facts.
And okay, we just got to get it out. You know who's over here living rent-free? The heifer ain't putting in nothing on the bills. Okay, she don't buy nothing for the house. You understand me? No snacks, nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Get it sexy.
Hey.
Get it sexy.
Hey.
Get it sexy.
And y'all dudes watching this, don't look at me crazy. I support the girlies. Okay.
First of all,
I support the girlies.
I saw a video the other day.
It is what it is, huh?
I saw a video the other day on Instagram.
Okay.
Of men twerking to this song.
What?
Pow, pow,
but that
pow,
don't mean
pow.
That don't mean nothing. We didn't see the video.
Listen, everybody bounces their ass.
Oh, well, hold on now.
No?
I'm not gonna go that far. But I do support the girlies. So shout out to
Look.
So what happened? What song is it? Let's start there. What song is it?
Get it sexy.
Dun, 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 bow. But okay.
My favorite part is I'm a big fine hoe. Like her talking in the background to herself, but you knew that though. It's so infectious.
Driving through St. Louis in the cat, and I can't drive slow. That shit is hilarious. Yes.
And my skin is glistening. When she said her skin is glistening,
the video for that song is dope.
It's hysterical.
They got Soulja Boy. It's a homage to our generation.
For sure.
The early 2010s.
Big t-shirts, triple XL t-shirts, the Jabot pants,
hey, man.
Okay, bathing apes.
Whether you like it or not, Sexy one of us, bro. It's cool. When I say one of us, the 35 and down,
she's one of the
27 to 35, 34-ish range, you know, that's our peoples.
That music video was fire.
The video's fire.
Because it made me feel like I was in middle school again.
Yeah, you can't hate on her for that.
The
that's
big,
respect.
gigantic shades. Fabo was in there. It was
hell yeah, Fable's
phenomenal.
in the damn. I totally forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
They had the big shades, you know, the Soulja Boy had the shades with the writing on it. I don't know how they saw with them things.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I saw a belt buckle with the names in it. You know, the ones that was a marquee?
Fire.
In the belt buckle? Yeah, that took me all the way back.
And salute to the dudes in New York, or the people in New York who had the digital joints that ran across.
That's what I'm talking about. The marquee the marquee ones. Yeah. That one was fire. Like, yeah, but not for nothing. Listen, I respect the Sexy Red. All right. She's out here doing her thing. She's definitely a vibe right now. She's got the girlies energized. But I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm ready for a palate cleanser. It's too much. It's too much. It's like if you try to eat hot Cheetos.
She's 26.
She's 26. It's like if you try to eat hot Cheetos every day for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
That's what you used to do in high school. That's what she's giving.
But I can't do that no more. I'm in my big threes. I can't eat hot Cheetos every day. I'll mess around and have indigestion.
But you be missing it though.
Every now and again, that's what I'm saying. I can have it in little bits. You know what I'm saying?
But you have the control. We got Spotify and all these distributing streaming platforms. You can listen for a little bit.
I can't get away from it.
That's true. It's on the radio.
I've been humming it all week. I've heard it once.
Yeah.
It's just like I try to, but it's like when she gets her little 14-inch long fingernails into your head, it's like you can't be pride free of it. You just have to ride that ratchet wave all the way to the shores of sanity.
Yeah.
You know? And I'm ready to come back to the shores because she, like I said, she won't put it on nothing. She eating up all the food. She won't put it on the electric bill, and she keep all the lights on.
Yeah, I mean, to piggyback on that, one of the songs that's in my head right now is the Ooh Baby, the shit that she got with Drake. And Drake has a great verse on there, but obviously no one cares. No one cares, but it's a really good Drake verse. But that song is in my head too, because it's just you my everything.
I freaking hate that song. That song is boo boo.
It's in my head, man. I don't know what to tell. I don't care, man.
Is dumpster juice.
Hey, man.
You hear me?
Doesn't mean that it isn't catchy.
And I don't like I don't like Drake's verse on there.
What?
I see what he tried to do with the whole BBL Drizzy. That didn't land. Didn't land, bro.
It didn't land because of the
Go back on vacation. Go back on vacation. Go back to your room.
Anything else on the Sexy Red?
No, that's it. Listen, current obsession. I don't want it to be. It's an involuntary one.
Yeah. I mean, it's a great transition because speaking of Drake, and maybe not speaking of Drake, but
your current obsession.
So, we're recording this on the 7th of June, and it was announced maybe a day or two ago from this recording that Kendrick Lamar is doing a pop-up. I don't know if it's considered a pop-up, but he's doing a victory lap concert called Ken and Friends. At least that's what it's called on Ticketmaster. It's called Ken and Friends, the pop-up, right? He's doing it in LA on Juneteenth at the Forum in LA. If you don't know what the Forum is in LA, for context, that used to be the Lakers' old stadium back in the 90s, early 90s, late 80s, where they were winning all those championships with Magic Johnson and stuff. So he's doing a very West Coast LA concert on a very black ass day.
Come on.
Okay, for
the black ass day.
And it's Kendrick and Friends. So he ain't saying who the friends are.
My
And
favorite part is that it's called the pop out.
it's called the
Because
pop
sometimes
out.
you gotta pop out and
Because
show
sometimes you gotta
niggas.
pop out and show niggas. Certified boogeyman. I'm
I'm
the
the
one
one
that
who
up the
go
scope.
with them.
Anyway, don't get me started. So that's my current obsession because I can't go. And
Man.
the tickets I looked and you know they reselling them justifiably. So 4 or 5 times the cost. The original ticket sale is like for like decent seats,
Yeah.
125.
A
$125.
word. Come
Resale
on.
right now on Ticketmaster as of this
$1,000.
day about like $1,200.
Oh my gosh.
$1,200.
Yeah, I'd pay that though.
Yeah, if I had found out a little bit earlier, and
Come on.
I mean by a little bit earlier, it would have had to been like yesterday morning.
It was announced yesterday.
Yeah, if I found out and we didn't have something else to do that following weekend, we would have been out there.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? It would have been crazy.
To be in that stadium
Oh
when they
man.
play They Not Like Us.
Oh God.
They might resurrect Tupac.
I mean, who knows? He may pick Euphoria. He may. I mean, he has verses on. He has a verse in
I
Not Like
want
Us.
all 4 records during this.
Nah,
During
he's
the
not gonna
whole.
play me. He's not gonna play Meet the Grams. He's not gonna play Meet the Grams. That's a little too deep. That's a little crazy. 616 in LA is a little wild. He
Nah,
gonna have that's crazy.
it's LA.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. The thing is, he's gonna have friends, so he's gonna bring. He could bring. Who knows? He's gonna bring out there. Like
I want Snoop to come out there and say that he thought
Snoop might be out there. Snoop might be out there.
what
He
Drake
might have
did
Pusha out
using
there.
his voice was whack. I want him to.
It's gonna be big West Coast. It's gonna be big LA, and it's gonna be big. You know, big black ass energy. I think
my
it's dope
gosh.
for him to have a concert, man, on Juneteenth.
Drake is going to hear They Not Like Us being screamed by what 50,000 people.
I think that the forum, and I can look it up.
All
I
the
think
way
the
in
forum is like
Toronto.
18,000 people or something like that. So yeah, that's my current obsession. It's not something that I can experience. I'm hoping that like some
They
platform
better
gets
stream it.
attached to this and says, "Hey,
We gotta record this."
Amazon, Apple,
Somebody Prime, because he usually does a lot of
YouTube,
his concerts on Prime.
He does a lot of concerts on Prime. I'm hoping, you know, if it's a live stream, I'd pay for it.
I need it.
I'd pay $100 for that shit. I might pay $150. I might pay a lot
I want
to see it live.
I want it in 4K.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Come on, man.
All right.
I'm so excited.
So excited about that. I think that's so dope,
fire.
man. That shit is in like all of the magazines. It's on Variety and just people are announcing. It's making headlines and it's the second day it's been announced. So it's just like crazy. Who knows? Maybe he'll do a second show. I don't know. It's sold out already, probably within the next couple hours. So we'll see. But big LA energy.
Oh my
and it's gonna be I'm obsessed. I can't wait. I'm gonna be watching. I'm gonna be trying to be on Twitter that entire from the moment it starts. I'm gonna because I know someone somewhere. The internet. If the internet needs the internet. That's what needs to happen, really. If they're not gonna have it on no official thing like Amazon or Apple, they need the internet. Needs the internet. So if you going, okay, put it up on your live. Somebody do something.
Help
we need
us.
to see this.
Help the poors, okay?
Yeah,
we just want to see the greatness.
I only want to be famous for stuff like that. Just so I can make a phone call and say, "Hey, can we get tickets to this thing so we can?"
I don't even want to be famous.
No, not famous, but I just want to be connected in a way to where it's like, "Hey,
enough cachet."
Stephanie, can you?
Stephanie. It's always a Stephanie.
Oh, okay? It's always a Stephanie.
It's always a Stephanie.
Feel good when I can call Stephanie and say, "Hey, man,
you think that you could
can we figure out a way to?
Can we figure that out?"
I'm not trying to see him. I just want to.
Right. I just
you know what I'm saying. I don't want to talk to him. Well, I do, but if that we not, just can we get in the building?
Beggars can't be choosers.
Beggars can't be choosers.
So I'll take what I can get.
Just so
get me in the space,
please.
That's hilarious. Yeah, that's gonna be a freaking vibe.
Vibe, man.
Okay. You got one's gotta go first?
One's gotta go. So the one's gotta go for this week is interesting. So one's gotta go. Family functions, birthday parties, wedding receptions, guys/ladies night out. One's gotta go. Meaning, one, you gotta get rid of one of those 4 things. You want me to repeat it?
Yes, please.
All right. Family functions.
All right.
Birthday parties. Wedding receptions. Guys/ladies night out.
Well, I'll tell you which one's not going.
Okay.
Guys/ladies night out is essential for the soul. Like
Amen.
everybody needs friends. Everybody needs a group of people that they get together with that they just like to have a good time with. So that's firmly planted.
Yeah.
Okay. Family get-togethers. I mean,
Nah.
what would we be if we didn't have family get-togethers?
Right.
Like we are West Indian.
Yes.
Like having the barbecue, having the
Hmm.
get-together, having
We
the
just had
so
one of
I
those 3 weeks ago.
honestly, and birthdays and family get-togethers in our families is basically the same thing.
More or less.
Like it's just a reason for a family get-together.
Yeah.
Is a birthday. So that really just leaves wedding receptions, and as two married people, as we have said, let me tell you something
Hmm.
about wedding receptions. They're beautiful.
They
They're
are
fantastic. They are arguably the best
part
part
of a
of the
wedding.
wedding,
Yeah.
right? It's when people get together and y'all can really celebrate your union. The cost,
Whoo,
let me tell
50,
you
50 a
something.
person, 50 a plate.
50 a
And that's just for
plate.
the food.
50
That
a
ain't
plate.
including the actual
Nah.
plate. Cause I don't know if y'all know, you paying for the food, but you also got to play. If you got a, I don't know, fancy ass wife, you have to pay for the plate that the food don't go on, and then you got to pay for the plate that the food do go on, and then you got to pay for the glass that you don't use that just has water that nobody drinks, and then you got to pay for the glass that people do actually drink out of. Then you got to pay for the cup that people really drink out of from the bar, and you got to pay for that too. It just
It
rolls
adds up quickly.
downhill.
It's very expensive. And basically, receptions are
Stresses me out.
now like larger scale family get-togethers. It's going to be the biggest party you ever throw. And for people who are like, you're dying for that moment, by no means don't let me
Oh, no,
like
no, no, no,
rain
no,
on
no,
your
no.
parade. It's beautiful.
It's dope.
I still think about our wedding and our wedding reception, and
It's
everything
cool.
was blessed, right? It was a beautiful situation.
Retweeted by Wale. Shout out to
It was it that
story for another day.
still blows my mind.
Retweeted by Wale. Facts.
Still blows my mind.
Or commented by Wale, but yeah.
It was retweeted. It was a part of our wedding reception was retweeted by Wale.
It's pretty
That's
cool.
sick. But nonetheless, it's expensive. It's expensive.
Oh God.
So for me, if one had to go, if like the tradition of getting married really just was the wedding,
Mm-hmm.
and then y'all just head back to the crib and like have a barbecue, I'd be happier with that, just from a financial standpoint.
I'm gonna throw a wrench in this a little bit.
Okay.
Family functions can be expensive too.
They can be
You know what I'm
expensive,
saying?
but with our family, because everybody know how to cook,
Mm.
is it's a potluck team. You get a speaker, you get some Red Stripe, you get some Heineken, you know what I'm saying?
Guinness.
You get some Guinness, you get some Seagrams for the
Seagram's.
ladies. You know what I'm saying? For the aunties who don't drink that much, you get a bottle of Overproof
Oh
Jamaican white rum. Okay, you have some chasers,
yeah.
and you having a time
I
in the
mean,
backyard
guys
or a
slash
front yard,
guys
whichever one.
guys slash ladies night out can be expensive too, especially in this day and age. We live in Atlanta, so it's
Nah,
like
bro.
the section, and then if we're not,
No, because we not talking about that's not my version of a
I
ladies
feel
night
you,
out.
but
Like
sometimes that
kickbacks
is
over clubs.
facts.
Kickbacks over clubs. Like
But it's
whoever
a
house
night
that
out.
we come to, me, a night out is just a night, like not in my house.
I feel you.
Or it could be in my house. If people coming over, we getting, some wings. We playing a couple of card games. Like to me, that's a ladies' night out.
Fair
Or we
enough.
getting our nails done, or we just going out to get something to eat. Like it doesn't have to be this big, large. Listen, inflation is inflating.
Everywhere in Atlanta charge you gratuity for a party of 6 when it's
Oh
only 4 of
God,
y'all.
there'll be 2 of y'all, and it's gratuity 18%.
18%.
Off rip on anything you have. I had a glass of water.
They charge
What's
you.
all
They charge you
this?
$5 for the water.
Come on now. Like it's just too much. So yeah, if I were to that's just me. If I had to pick one, it'd be receptions.
Birthday parties could be expensive too. But yeah.
Birthday parties can be expensive. I blame social media for all of it.
Yeah, I might have to agree with you on the wedding reception thing. Not gonna hold you. So fair enough.
Man.
Fair enough. That shit is expensive, bro.
Everything is expensive.
Cause you gotta think, we ain't even talk about the decorations, the flowers, the lighting, the DJ,
The fit.
the fit,
Just getting cute. The
just
hair.
getting cute.
The nails.
Ugh.
It's just
I mean,
difficult.
for y'all, yeah.
Come on. Just being a woman is hard. It just is. All right. So I got a remember when for you.
Cool.
All right. So remember when you used to have to print directions for anywhere you wanted to go?
That's
You
hilarious.
remember a time before
Jesus
GPSs?
Christ. Yep. MapQuest.
I don't want to remember it, but I remember it.
MapQuest.
I can't get to my mailbox without my GPS. Now,
That's
and you
so
telling
funny.
me that there was really a time that we can recollect. I remember, okay, so
Man.
I used to sell Cutco.
Okay.
Okay. For those of you who do not know, Cutco is a company, I think it's owned by a parent company named Vector, where basically you go door to door selling knives,
Mm-hmm.
essentially. So I did that for a little bit during my senior year of high school in preparation for going to college, just get a couple of coins in my pocket. So whenever, like, it was all like word of mouth or referrals. So
Mm-hmm.
you would go and do a presentation for somebody, and you would, if they didn't make a purchase, you essentially had to ask them, do you have 10 names that of people who would like to be, who would be interested in this presentation? And so you would give them their name,
Mm.
and you would call them, and you would basically ask for their address and then set up an appointment to give them a presentation. Well, child, we didn't have GPSs back then. There wasn't even smartphones. Your cell phones literally did two things. They called and they text. If you was real fancy, you had one of the brand new iPhones and you can kind of browse the internet a little bit,
Mm.
but it wasn't anything very sophisticated. So if you wanted to find out where someone whose house you've never been to was, you had to go on MapQuest and print out the directions. And God forbid if there was construction or the
Mm-hmm.
name of a road changed or anything like that,
Yeah.
I actually I actually don't know what it was like even before that, when you couldn't go on the internet and look up at like someone's house. You literally just had to ask the person who knew
Yeah.
where they lived, how to get there from your house.
Yeah. I
You
mean,
had to know directions in streets and like the directions of highway, like north, south, east, and west.
m-
Why? It's horrible.
my immediate thought that came to mind is road trips.
Oh God. Traveling interstate,
Interstate.
you had to know which highways led to which.
Yep. Growing up in New York,
Sounds
you
horrible.
know, you if we were to go to see one of my mom's friends in Pennsylvania or to go to Connecticut to see my uncle or anywhere upstate, where have you,
And
I
don't get
mean,
lost, because there
don't get
ain't no
lost.
rerouting on MapQuest.
Nah.
If you make that left turn, if you miss your exit and you don't realize it or you're not paying attention, there was, you
Mhm.
know what, driving was probably safer back then.
Even driving from Bronx to anywhere in like Queens, Brooklyn, once you have to go past a bridge, it's got a little
It got
funky.
dicey.
Yeah, unless you
Like,
didn't know where you're
you
going.
had to be so
Unless you already knew where you
vigilant.
were going. Yeah.
Everybody actually had to know where they were going.
You were exercising a different part of your brain, man.
100%.
For sure. That
Like,
we just lost kind of.
people used to actually have to pull over when they
Hmm.
got lost and ask for
You know
directions.
how many numbers did you used to know in the back of your head just in case? You know what
Like
I'm
phone
saying?
numbers,
Yeah.
that's another thing.
Yep.
Remember phone
I
numbers?
used to know my house number,
I
my
did
mom's cell
too.
phone number, my sister's cell phone number, my aunt's number.
I want to say I had about 4 numbers committed to memory because I was
Yeah.
young, like before, the cell phone and having contacts and things like that. Like we were young when all of that was being, invented and advanced upon and things like that. So
Hmm.
I don't have a lot of memories of having to memorize, like, or people had Rolodex.
True.
People actually
Beepers.
had contact, like literal black books of
Hmm.
people's phone numbers and address and like yellow pages. Child.
Yeah, man. Oh yeah,
Child.
yellow pages. Woo.
But I just thought about that the other day because I was driving, as we often do. We live in Georgia, but to someplace I've never been before. I was thinking to myself, there's no way in heaven or hell I would have ever figured out how to get here.
Mm.
Like, and I was just like, what happened if we, like, when we didn't have GPSs? It threw me. It threw me. We
Yeah,
live
that's
in a better
nuts.
time. I'm sorry.
That's a good one.
Man, it is probably one of the best inventions that's been made in the
My uncle says that all the
21st
time. He
century.
says GPS is like the best thing ever.
It has changed
And
everything.
that's a man that used to drive taxis in New York.
Man,
So
he knew
yeah.
He had to know all
This
of
is
the
a man that
roads.
knows how to drive all the way through Jamaica without any kind of.
And Jamaica
Well, yeah.
don't have road.
No, it don't. It really don't.
Don't have road, and they don't have
It has a
names.
lot of mountains and
Mountains and
no
hills and
guardrails.
things that, yeah, that you will just fall.
Story for another
Ciao.
day.
Ciao, ciao, ciao. Oh my gosh. Okay, you have a picture this for us.
Okay, picture
Mm-hmm.
this. So it's funny. Let me see. Gotta pick one that.
No, no,
mm,
no. It's your picture this was what we were watching on Love and Hip Hop.
Ah,
You remember?
is that in? Okay, so wait. Okay, so we were watching Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, specifically season 6, episode 12. But season 6 is about, what is season 6 about? Well, Kirk. I
Chill.
think this is the peak of Kirk's foolishness, to say it kindly. Um,
Foolishness ain't the
um,
one.
so
Shenanigans.
uh, the the picture of this is, uh, the season starts with Waka and Waka and Tammy kind of separated a little bit, but he's back in the house, and Tammy, Rashida, Mimi, Dime, Carly, Melissa, all of the girls basically decide that they've kind of had it with their respective partners and things that they've been going through in their lives with their situation and stuff. And so they're going to go on a girls trip. They decide, hey, we're just going to spend some time together. And they decide that we're going to go on a girls trip, spend a couple of days in Jamaica. And there was this kind of coup that was set apart,
Not a coup.
that was set forth by Young Jock and Waka and Kirk and all of them, to say, all our women going to Jamaica, man, we finna pull up on their ass, you know what I'm saying? And see what they got going on. They trying to get all cute and shit, trying to go to Jamaica and all this other stuff. We finna pull up on them. And so it came to me, I'm like, bro, that shit's kind of, I don't know if I agree with that. So I
Mm-hmm.
was just like, is there an issue with your partner going on any kind of trip with they homies or with your girlies or what have you?
Oh, okay. The question is whether or not, as a spouse, you would feel comfortable with your
Yeah,
significant other
yeah,
going on a
that
trip without you,
yeah,
specifically with their friends.
exactly.
Okay, so for more context, and this will deviate from what actually happened on the show, obviously, but for the sake of the conversation, are the people that, let's say me, that I'm going with, are they single?
They can be.
All of them or just some of them? It's like, is it a mixed bag?
Well, yes, it's a mixed bag.
It's a mixed
It's a
bag.
mixed bag. Some
Some of the
single,
girlies are single, some of them are married,
some of
some
them
of
are in
them
a long-term relationship. One
okay.
might be in a situationship,
It's okay.
because
Okay.
that's really not that far. Because that's kind of,
How many?
well, I
Because
think
I
it
think
was
that makes a
6.
difference.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna keep it true to the thing, I think it's like
Okay.
6 girls.
So
One,
six
two, three,
ladies.
four. Yeah, 6 girls. Six
I'm
women.
one of them. Okay. Yeah. So if you were to direct the question to me,
Yeah,
if you are going to go, to a guy's trip
yeah.
with you and a few of your homeboys, some of them are single, some of them are married, some of them are in situationships, would I be okay?
Which is definitely a thing. Yeah,
100%. Yeah, I'd be fine with that. I don't see what
yeah.
the issue is. Um, like I said, like we said previously on the ones gotta go, kickbacks, like friend outings, all of that stuff is essential to the soul. Like
100%.
you really need a moment to be able to like just kind of talk and coalesce and
Yeah.
just vibe with your friends and like get some good quality time in with like your network of people that really
Mhm.
know you and love you. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think it's incredibly healthy. I think it's lovely. And honestly, like that whole distance make the heart grow fonder. A couple 4 or 5 days away from your spouse, like when you guys get back together, you're just gonna have a newfound love and appreciation for them, hopefully, you
Mm.
know. I think in that episode specifically, there was a lot of projecting that was happening. Kirk was like more wrong than 2 left feet. Okay. He had disrespected his wife in ways that I don't even I'm not even going to disrespect Rashida by bringing up all the stuff that he did
Boy,
in their relationship that to me
that was a lot.
um really really disrespected and severed like the bond of their union. Like there was some treachery afoot
Mm-hmm.
in their relationship. And I feel as though in his mind, he was trying to, like, they had already been separated for quite some time, and the situation was just getting worse and worse and worse. Like, the nigga couldn't get a break, and it was his fault. Okay.
Oh
He
boy.
couldn't get a break because it was his fault.
Jesus.
And I feel like maybe he thought that the additional distance of like an ocean between them and him being in Jamaica and her skin was glistening, and her being out there with the man them who be rubbing up on you when you
Oh
when
yeah.
you at the
I mean,
waterfalls. I felt like he was like, "Hey yo, nah." Like this might be her Stella gets her groove back moment, and I feel as though he was insecure about her being out there. Maybe, there was a part of him who was like, I want to take this opportunity to like kind of show her
mm-hmm.
in a romantic way that like I'm really going to fight for our marriage. But I feel like the majority of it was that two of those three men who went on that trip, who were in long-term committed relationships, Walker and Kirk, both were in the doghouse because they both disrespected their wives. They both,
Mm-hmm.
they both disrespected the sanctity of their union.
But they got two different responses though, because Tammy liked it.
Yeah, she thought it was romantic, and Rashida was just like, I just wanted to get away from your ass
Uh-huh.
for a couple of days, and here you come with your peanut head,
Okay.
okay, with your milk dud head and your 13 earrings, okay,
Yeah, I would love
messing
to.
up my
I would
time.
love to get an understanding from the other perspective of, because I mean we somewhat agree, like, or we do agree. I don't agree with. I don't think that it's cool to like take control of your person's like freedom that way. Like if they go
Mm,
away, like if you go away, you going away, it's fine.
yeah.
Like, and you're going with people. Now I will say there's some caveats. Like if it was you and another girl,
Mm,
even if I knew her and it's just y'all two, unless it's your best friend
yeah.
who, like, I'm not gonna say her name, but her,
Yeah. Yeah.
like, fine.
Right.
Cause that's dope
Yeah.
for y'all to just
You
up
and
and
your
go.
bestie going out to
I'm
Jamaica and
all
having,
for that shit. I'm super excited.
yeah.
Call me weird or whatever, but I'm super excited for you to do some shit like that. But if it's somebody who's not of that magnitude in your
Right.
life,
It's
then
a coworker.
I'm gonna get a little right. I'm gonna get a little more
Me
you're
and
gonna get a
Alicia
little
are
bit
just
more
gonna go to
questions out of me.
Jamaica. Like, I'm sorry, who is this
Yeah.
part?
Like, and your coworker's all white. Ain't nobody got time for that. So that's
What?
just not safe. So
Yo,
it's not.
I mean, there's been a couple of stories of
Fam?
that happening to young
Ah,
ladies going out with their so-called friends and
not good.
ending up in, really unfortunate and tragic situations.
Yes,
So, but
100%.
yeah, just on the sus thing, like
No,
if
I would
it's
ask you some
you,
more questions. Like, how
yo,
you sure you want to go? You ain't never because traveling with people, you got to know who you can travel with.
that's a fact.
And so for you to just up and go, I'm gonna just go with this person who you've only had a few conversations with or
Mm-hmm.
something like that, it would be a little on the first thing is safety,
Right.
but then the other thing is like, hold on a minute. But if it's a group of y'all,
Mm.
I don't think there's nothing wrong with it. Now, I think flipping it the other way, I think men unfortunately get a bad rap, regardless of how many men
Let's
there
be
is.
let's be for real. Let's be for real. When y'all go out, y'all run about like y'all ain't never been free before.
Because it's
Like,
rare.
like y'all run away like you never want to return. Like y'all get carried away.
I
Like I
don't
don't
think
know what
so.
home is
And then
no
and then
more.
where you going matters too. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to Vegas, it's different from you going to an island. It's different from you just spending a weekend with your boys in Atlanta. That's a thing.
I don't know. You can get into a lot of stuff in Atlanta.
It's Atlanta. You know what I'm saying?
You can get to a
I
lot of
I
stuff in
I
Atlanta.
went to a festival with just me and my homeboy, and we had a fucking ball.
Yeah, y'all did. That was so
We had
cute.
a fucking ball. Like
Yeah.
Suits my boy, man. Like
Yeah, your
can't say him on here,
friend.
but that shit. You're one of my best friends. Like that shit.
Yeah.
And we went somewhere to a place to see an artist that we both really enjoy.
Yeah.
And it was amazing. It was dope. It
Yeah.
was dope. I mean, it wasn't nothing more than that.
I didn't think twice about it.
It was great, man. Like
Y'all had a good old
first time
time.
I saw 60,000 people in person, I was
Wow.
like, wow, that's
Yeah, it
interesting.
was a big deal.
But yeah, so
I don't know. It depends on how secure you are in your relationship, whether or not you feel comfortable with your partner going out with their friends. But if you don't, I mean, I would question the, I guess, the sanctity of you guys's
mm,
relationship, like the stability of it, um, because they had these friends before you. And
yeah.
if now all of a sudden, because you guys are in a relationship, they can't hang out with those friends anymore.
What if you okay, so
I don't know.
what if your partner's away, right? They're already
Mm-hmm.
there. It's like day 2.
Mm-hmm.
You just you on Instagram,
Ah,
right?
yeah, don't go on Instagram. But like, mind your
you pull it.
business.
You on Instagram. It's like 9 o'clock at
Mind your
night. You know what I'm
business. You're gonna get your
saying?
feelings hurt.
You get
You're gonna get your feelings hurt.
you
Don't
on
go on
Instagram.
that gram now.
You see you pull up you say, oh, there's a new story, and you see this
Oh God.
you
When you
see
see the ring,
this.
ah, now the feelings are coming. Now
Yeah,
you're scared.
and it's just like a club thing, but it's
Yeah,
it's
they just
it's
outside.
ass and stuff, maybe a little
There's
bit. There's a
booties.
lot of booties, and you know where they at. They in Jamaica, or they're in some place. They may be in Houston somewhere. They may be in LA somewhere. They may be somewhere where you
They in
know.
Jamaica and they at a dance hall party and I see somebody backflip on top of your face.
Well,
You getting a call.
are you?
I'm calling you. First of all, are you okay? I saw her
I
backflip on you.
I think I
Are
would
you
I would
okay?
I would feel I would be concerned if I pulled up and then there was like a well, maybe not. Carnival for women like to go together of all places, like
Yeah,
especially Caribbean women.
for sure.
Now carnival touring where you go to like all of the different islands and go to their different respective
Yeah.
carnivals is a thing that women do. They dress up. You might go to Carib in Toronto or whatever. But if I saw a video of that, a lot of guys would see something of like, you walking next to the bus and
And you
you
winding
might
up
be
on a
winding up on
guy.
a guy or whatever like that. Sometimes that gets a little weird. In that context, seeing that, I don't know if I would feel no type of way. But if I saw that in like a club, so if in like at Live in Miami, I'd be like, what?
Yeah.
Like, what's going on? Oh my God. Why would you post this?
Why? Why? Yeah.
But I couldn't bring myself to call you though. That's that's
Okay.
that's just that's just whole shit to
Okay.
me.
Yeah.
I would just sit. I
You
would.
just have to feel your feels.
I
You
just
just
have
have
to
to
feel
sit
my
in it.
feels, man.
Yeah, I feel like for us in our culture, that's just not,
I think that's different
especially
too.
especially in like for
Caribbean culture is a
carnival, like
little.
that's not, I've been whining since I could walk. Like dancing, like being in the
Mm,
street, dancing on the back of a truck, like walking up for hours and hours and hours,
morning
like
till night.
morning till nighttime, like just dancing on anybody. Like that's
Yeah,
that's not even anything to talk about. It's
yeah.
just a part of what you do in those environments. So that I don't see that situation ever happening for us. But yeah, the club situation, you know, it's dicey. It's dicey. It's dicey. It just I guess it just depends on you and that person's relationship and how egregious you feel as though the offense is, right? If you
hmm
taking video and your boy is getting a dance and you like or whatever,
It's different. It's not
it's
you.
it's not you. It's another situation entirely
If it's your
when
boy's Instagram,
oh
it's not
no.
mine. It's your boy's,
Oh,
and
I
you.
go on your friend's Instagram to see you getting a dance. Shorty got your hand too. She holding your hand and she
No.
looking back at you. I'm pulling up. Forget everything I said before. I lied. I lied. I'm pulling up. What are you talking about? She holding your hand
So
in one hand.
it's
She
a
got a drink in the
dance.
next, and she looking back with her tongue out. Telling some get it sexy.
Oh, not with Sexy Red playing. That's hilarious.
Bow, ba-da-da, ba-da, bow, 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 bow. I'm pulling up. Forget everything I said before. I
Come on,
lied.
man.
I feigned
Okay, you know,
secure.
here's another one. We'll end it on this one. Um, oof. So there's that Brett Fires tape where the dude calls, right?
Yes.
The
You're
dude.
talking about his latest album. Was it called Larger Than Life?
I
Don't get
think.
me to lying.
Uh,
But it
you look it up and
was
I'll keep explaining.
okay.
So in that scenario where you go somewhere and then it comes, you end up with your friends, in a
Yeah, so what's the Larger Than Life
yeah, you end up
album?
finding one of your friends may have some type of connection to some entertainer, whatever, and you find yourself in a room with a bunch of so-called people. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, some famous people.
Yeah, you end up at like a little private party or something like that, and it's the same scenario. Your your homegirl's Instagram, and I end up seeing it for whatever reason, and I see you.
And you see me getting pressed. Pressed by a nigga whose eyes you can't even see because his
Yeah.
Cartier shades are too dark.
Yeah.
And all you see is a bust down Cuban. And he's
Cuban on
whispering
Cuban.
it. Cuban on Cuban. His layered.
Mhm.
And you see him whispering in my ear in the background too.
Yeah, and
I'm
it's
almost
quick.
off camera.
It's quick. It's like it's
the
like as
camera,
soon as you see it, it stops.
The camera jiggles because your girl didn't mean to get you.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah.
that's a violation. That's a violation. Why is he talking
By
to you
who
so?
though? Is it a violation by your?
Why is he so close
It's your
to
homegirl's
you?
Instagram.
It's loud in there.
I'm not supposed to see it.
You're not supposed to see it, and it's loud in here, and he's trying to talk to me. I'm not talking to him. He's talking to me.
It's like y'all backstage at the concert. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all went to a concert.
Yeah, and she's the one with the connect. I'm just a plus one. I'm just here with my girl.
Mm-hmm. So
that's a conversation. I'm not sure if that's. I was about to lie on this podcast and say I'm not sure if that's pull up worthy. You see a famous dude whisper in my ear, you better come up on the strength.
Yeah, but I mean, what can you do?
You better come up on the strength. Call me.
I'm definitely call you.
Call me. Hey yo, what's going on? See, you had an exciting night.
That if it was on that level and it was like a thing and I saw you, I'd be like, okay, so what I'm gonna do.
Your eyes was squint.
You
were pinching zoom.
I'm screen recording it and sending it to you. Like you good?
You can't screen record and send.
I'm just because I'm not, again, I can't bring myself to call you,
right?
But I will screen record it and be like,
let
yo,
you know
good?
that you saw it.
I saw it. It's like, yo, you straight? Like, what's going on? You straight? Like, to me, I don't feel like
getting jammed up on these.
You get jammed up
on these lives and on these snaps.
Trying to be with your friends and shit.
Trying to be cute. Trying to be outside. But it's on both sides.
You know,
we live in large.
Jesus Christ,
she was talking to him crazy on
she
that
was
record.
talking to him.
He was coming outside of himself. He was calling him all kinds of B words and stuff.
That I could. He
said,
not
"Y'all
do.
living a life of whores."
That I could not do.
His feelings were so hurt. That was such a good album, though.
Yeah, man.
It was so good. Yeah, that's a dicey situation.
It's dicey.
It'll get your feelings hurt. But yeah, I mean, everybody just be respectful of your relationships. You know what I'm saying? Have fun with your friends, but be respectful. You know.
I like vibes.
I'm
everyone
always
else.
Here on vibes.
You know what I'm saying?
When the energy is flowing, and the night is
drinks
young,
is going, and you got
going out, and you meeting new people. Like, it's fun.
And not for nothing, being around sexy people is cool too. You around a bunch of fine people.
Stressful.
Yeah, I mean, I like vibes and stuff, but you got to keep it like over there.
Yeah,
it's cool. I'm over here. Watch your mouth.
Watch your mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like,
chill out.
Be cool. Act like act like you've been somewhere before. Don't. I better not see you smiling with all your teeth, nigga. All of the teeth. Come on, y'all see that smile? I can't have that. I can't have that. Nah. Okay. All right, so I got a did you know.
Cool.
I got a did you know for y'all. Y'all know we love our random facts here. All right, so. A chicken once lived for 18 months without a head.
What?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Wait, what?
Yes. So, In the 1940s
Oh
in the
boy.
US, a chicken called Mike lived for 18 months without a head. He had almost completely, oh, excuse me, he had been almost completely beheaded with an axe. But crucially, the jugular vein and most of the brainstem was left intact.
Wow.
This left just enough brain function for essential functions like breathing. How you breathe without a head? Don't ask me. And
Hmm.
Mike was fed with an eyedropper through the stump of his neck. In Thailand, in March 2018, a similar case was recorded, and the strong stomached can even watch a video of the headless chicken online. Not happening.
Quit
But
on that.
for but for more normal, complete beheadings, a chicken will die of blood loss in a matter of minutes. So my biggest concern, for one, is to say he lived for 18 months because essential functions like breathing was still how you breathing without a beak.
Mm-hmm.
And for the sick individuals who went to behead that poor chicken, realized that they didn't kill it and then fed it with eyedroppers for 18 months, a year and a half, with just a chicken
That's
just
wild.
walking about. This is a picture of the chicken. It's literally just a chicken's body with a little stump at the base of what used to be its head.
Yeah, but there's no brain.
But because of but because of the fact that the jugular vein was left intact and the majority of the brainstem,
That's one hell of a cut, bro. You got to play the
what's wrong?
lottery.
What's wrong with people
Yeah, that's crazy. Where
to
was
just
this?
have a head in the U.S.
That's crazy.
in the 1940s?
Yeah, chickens ain't built like that no more. Chickens are designed to die
They
quickly.
they designed to die.
Quickly.
They got big legs and big titties. They do.
Big
They are
breastises.
big breasts. They are. I'm sorry, I called them titties. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's kind
But
of weird.
like, but honestly, like to walk around and watch a chicken with his head just
Yeah, there's no need for that.
18 months. For what? What kind of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde Frankenstein monster is this? That's
Yeah,
crazy.
there's no
What
need for
kind
that.
of school of horror, like
Yeah, that's crazy, son.
Pet Cemetery foolishness y'all got going
Definitely
on here,
Pet
yo?
Cemetery.
What's going on?
That's wild.
Get a life. Kill a chicken. Is it gonna die or not?
Yeah.
And what did y'all do with the head?
That's animal cruelty, bro.
I believe it is animal cruelty. How come Peter didn't run up on him?
I don't know if PETA existed
Yeah,
in the 40s.
1940s. No idea.
Yeah.
No idea.
That's
I, I,
crazy.
man.
That's crazy, bro. That reminds me of that Family Guy episode where they had the skit where the guy served his country and it was just his head.
Oh yes, he's like, I just wanted to do my part. Brian said, I
I
think you
think you
did.
did more than your part.
I think you did too much. Yo, Family Guy is wild.
Family Guy's crazy.
So stupid.
It's crazy, bro.
Oh my gosh, did you have a letter for us or no?
Let's see. That's what I should have been looking up. Let me see. Okay. This is a couple who is they're both 28 years old.
Okay.
Female male. Or
Mhm.
female male. And it's the woman writing in about her boyfriend.
Okay.
So the title is My Boyfriend is Really Proud of His Competitive Eating, and she's weirded out by it. My boyfriend and I have been together for 4 months. He is a wonderful guy in just about every way. But the one thing that's always weirded me out is his love for competitive eating. He's really into it. On our first date, after a wonderful dinner and conversation, he asked me how many McDoubles from McDonald's I thought he could eat. When I said I didn't know, he bragged he could eat 50 in one sitting. Before I realized what was happening, we were sitting in McDonald's and he had ordered 50 burgers. Over the course of an hour, he proceeded to eat every one of those burgers. And this was after he ate a whole meal at another restaurant.
Yuck.
I was kind of weirded out, but he was so proud of himself and so happy that I only commented that I was impressed. He had such a big smile on his face. Like I said, Wonderful guy, very sweet and kind, but I just don't know how to deal with this eating thing. A few additional examples are: one, he increased from 50 to 67 burgers in one sitting, and he credits me as an inspiration. Two, he won some challenge where he ate 21 KFC family meals.
That's
That's
disgusting, fam.
crazy.
21.
Three, he's trying to beat his personal record of 103 Krispy Kreme donuts.
What?
Four, he often goes days without eating for training purposes. Five,
No.
whenever we go out to eat, he openly wonders how many of each meal he could eat at once. Six, he mentioned in passing that he'd like to figure out a way to make a living from this sport. I'm very non-confrontational and hate awkward conversations. Also, I definitely don't want to end things between us. Is there any way I can tell him that I find this hobby weird, or is it better to keep quiet and pretend I really like it? And if you're wondering, he's not a big guy. He's probably 5'10, 150 pounds.
Well, usually those competitive eaters, like actual serious competitive eaters, they aren't very big. They are slight. Like
Something that I did not realize.
I think the guy for the longest time who held
The Nathan's hot dog thing?
yeah, the Nathan's it was like this really slim, ripped, actually little Japanese guy
That's crazy.
for the longest time. Listen, it sounds like she really likes him. That's the part
It's
that's
4 months though.
kind of sad. I mean, she says she definitely does not want to break up with him. Like for her, that's not on the table. Like,
Hmm.
that's disgusting. That's disgusting. For you to just casually after we finish eating be like, how many McDoubles you think I can eat? I'm like, first of all,
That nigga,
random.
he got Mamba mentality.
Why
about
did
this
you
shit.
just ask me that?
This nigga's mad competitive.
And then she said all of a sudden, like they teleported to McDonald's. And she was like, and all of a sudden, and she was like, like you guys drove there, you guys got to the McDonald's and you watched him order 50
The fact that
McDoubles.
McDonald's allows you
I
to do
would
that.
not sit, first of all, I would not sit down and watch a grown man engorge himself with 50 McDoubles. I'm not sitting there for that.
You know what got me? The
He
21 KFC family meals. Do you
family meal.
Do you know what a KFC? That's why I laugh so hard. Do you know what a KFC
KFC
family meal is?
It's the buckets alone. We're not even talking about the
Fam?
size. The buckets. To watch the man stack. You know what that reminds me of? Those disgusting mukbangs that people were
Yeah.
watching for a long time on Instagram. Thank God that trend has kind of died down. But
Yeah, that has, hasn't it?
Yuck.
Bro, a KFC
Yuck.
family meal, there's different ones, but I think it's like, what is this? 12 pieces of chicken.
No.
Large coleslaw, large mashed potatoes, and 4 biscuits.
4
biscuits.
4 KFC biscuits is diabolical.
21 of those meals.
The gas,
man,
could kill people.
He has to take some type of dietary.
That's disgusting. Listen, you don't have. For me, it will be an automatic deal breaker. I'm not dealing with none of that. That's disgusting.
But what if he wasn't, like you said?
I find gluttony in general to be really gross.
But we assume like the gluttony is all is associated with like how big he is, but he's not big.
No, I'm not talking about his size whatsoever. And she said that he's not big.
Right.
It's like to watch people like.
What if he was
constantly stuffing food in their mouth? It's nasty to me. It would literally make me want to vomit.
Even if he was handsome and ripped and all that?
None of that don't mean nothing to me. If I'm sitting across from you eating 21 KFC family meals, after they sit the third KFC bucket in front of you, I'm getting up. Stop this. Wasn't it just a thing trending a little while ago, the story about the lady who ate 4 dozen oysters?
Yeah.
And the internet called her everything but a child of God. But I'm supposed to sit here and watch you eat 21 KFC family meals?
I think she ordered 3 servings of a dozen oysters.
Oysters, yeah. And then was going to go on to order an entree when old dude said,
Nah,
Nah,
cool. Check, please.
nah. We gonna go ahead and go. No, he stood her up. He was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go to the bathroom," and
It's
dipped
terrifying.
and left her with the check because he was like, "What's wrong with you?" But yeah, I'm not doing that. Like, if
That's crazy.
I don't think she should continue on pretending as though it's something that she's into at all. Just tell him, "Hey, listen, I understand this is something you're really passionate about, and I like you a lot. But when I watch you sit there and stuff your face full of the greasiest, nastiest foods I could ever
But
imagine,
what if he started getting in?
it makes me dry up like the Sahara Desert.
Yeah, but what if he starts making like a living off of this stuff for real?
Then take me on a vacation afterwards. But I don't want to watch you do this. It's just something I'm not into. And there's plenty of things that like your partner can be into that you're not into. And that's
Mm,
okay. You can support them in that, but I don't have to be a fan of the thing.
mm,
Like if you loved watching, soccer and I don't know anything about it, I'm not
mm-hmm.
going to sit there and pretend to watch it with you. Especially if I'm not interested, I'll just let you protect that time.
Yeah.
It's your you time. You're watching your soccer game. I'm gonna go upstairs and chill out, and then come and we'll come back together. Listen, I just don't. Yuck. My answer is yuck.
Fair enough.
Yeah, nah. But to close it out, I have a touch of love.
Oh, babe, what is this?
I think it's good. Okay, so a touch of love, for those of you who do not know, which is no one. A touch of love is just like a little closing sentiment of things that I feel like I myself have learned, either about myself or, like growing pains or in our relationship or anything like that, through transparency and honesty, and we friends now, we're talking, I'd like to share. So this week was just one of those weeks. Like everybody has a week, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you have a bad week and it's just not that awesome.
Trash week for me.
And yeah, this week, babes didn't have such an awesome week. Just one of those weeks where like everything just kind of seemed to go wrong and there were just like a
Oof.
lot of compounding things that were happening and it was just like just exhausting and tiresome. And so,
Yep.
you had a moment where you just had to vent and just like get it all out. And I had to allow you the space and the grace to actually like be able to get that stuff out without interjecting or trying to fix it or, do anything, create problem solving. Like you just needed somebody to listen in that moment. And so the touch of love is basically give if you're in a relationship, if you have a partner, or even if you have like a friendship or a relationship with your brother or your sister, this could be applicable for anybody in your life that you care deeply for. If they come to you in confidence to express themselves or to vent or just looking to you to kind of be that listening ear,
Mm-hmm.
it is not something for you to fix necessarily. If they're unless they're
Mm,
asking you something specific that
mm,
you can help them on, give them the space and the grace to actually express that without you taking it personally, without you interjecting, without you making it a problem that you have to fix or even taking it on as your problem. Because I believe that attitudes and energy are contagious. And if
mm,
you walking around with a funky attitude all day, child, it's not going to take no time at all for that funky attitude to jump onto me. And it
mm,
takes a lot of self-awareness to be able to be objective and say, listen, whatever you're going through, it's not about me, but I will be here to support you through that
mm-hmm.
space. And so I had to do that for you this week. And through listening to what you were saying, you didn't have the vocabulary at the time to actually express that at the root of all of it, you felt overwhelmed. There was just a lot of things that you had to take on.
Yep.
And if I was not being an empathic listener, it would have went over my head, right? And so later on in the week, one of the things that you were thinking about or was causing you stress or was just an additional thing that you had to plan, I went ahead and planned all of it. I went ahead and just took it off of your plate. And that to me was pretty pivotal for me in our relationship because it was just a moment where I had to sit back and think to myself, maybe like 3 or 4 years ago, I would not have caught that. I wouldn't have been able to recognize the cues of the things that you were saying, recognizing and internalizing what your stresses were in that moment. And while it was not my problem to fix,
Mhm.
there were things that I could do as a partner to help alleviate some of that stress. One, first and foremost, was to give you the space to actually express yourself freely and openly without judgment or condemnation.
Mhm.
And secondly, ask myself, is there anything I could do to be like a better partner to my spouse in this moment? Is there anything that they're dealing with that I can, you know, just make one less decision you have to make, because being an adult is all about making decisions constantly and it's exhausting.
Facts.
And so doing that for you felt good to me,
Mhm.
just because I was like, wow, like I really heard you,
Mhm.
you know? So that's just a touch of love. Be there for your people, listen empathically. We have two ears and one mouth for a reason. So we can do double the listening. So
Fair enough.
yeah.
Fair enough. And I do I appreciate it. It was a big uh lift off of the different things that I had to do, have to
Myriad.
do
Yeah.
constantly.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. And it is something that I try to do all the time for you too.
You do. You do, absolutely.
It's kind of yeah. So I thank you.
Of course. Of course. Hey, listen, you guys, if you're still with us, God bless you. Okay. God keep you. And we're happy that you were here. Make sure that you come back and see us. And no matter what you do or where you
Facts.
go after this, okay?
Go with God.
Go with God.
Go with God.
Okay. It's a one thing for certain podcast people. Bye.
Peace.
Man, I love you. You're my everything. That song. Why? I know that's the outro. Man,